It is important to set up your emergency SOS settings on Galaxy phones as well, and you can do the same on Z Flip 5. So go in settings, go in safety and emergency, and go in emergency SOS, and here you can set up your emergency SOS. You can also select whether you want the countdown timer in case you activate it by mistake, because if it gets activated, it will dial 911 and you don't want those calls to be for nothing, right? You can also select a custom time here. Then you can also turn on the play warning sound, and that's how it will play out. You can also select emergency number to call. By default it's 911, and share info with emergency contacts. If you want the information to be shared with your emergency contacts as well, you can have that turned on. And then you can go in emergency sharing, and here you can set up whether you want pictures from the front and rear cameras or audio recording of 5 seconds to be sent to your emergency contacts. And then finally you can also set up emergency contacts. Who do you want all this information to be sent to if you are in an emergency situation? So you can set that up here as well. If you go in settings, then in advanced features, then in Bixby, here you will see this option called on device mode. So go in here and turn it on. What it will do is that it will download the on device package to run key commands offline, like setting a timer, taking a screenshot, and turning on the flashlight. So you can do all of this on the device with Bixby, and you do not need an internet connection to do all of that, which is fantastic. So just go right ahead in this feature, turn it on, and it will download the on-device package, and then you can do all of that without any internet connection, which is fantastic. You can also completely customize the lock screen and widgets that appear on the lock screen on this Galaxy Z Flip 5 phone. So go in settings, go in lock screen, and here you will see these two options, lock screen and widgets. So tap on lock screen, and it will then let you customize the lock screen. So you can tap on the time here, you can select different font for time, you can select different clock type, you can select different color for the clock. Then you can also select widgets, whether you want the details, you can select icon only. So if you select none, it will all go away. I like to see some details here. And then you can also change the visibility of this widget. Then you can also customize your app shortcuts here. You can select any app from your app drawer. So I have got camera and dialer, and I actually like to have flashlight on one of them. So there you go. Then you can add your contact information in case your phone gets lost. You can add your contact information so it can be returned to you. From here you can also change the wallpaper, and then press done, and that's your lock screen. Then you can go ahead and you can change widgets as well, which widgets you want: music, weather, today's schedule, next alarm, voice recorder, digital well-being, and routines. These are the default widgets. You can go in music and you can change the transparency of the music widget as well, and then you can also reorder these widgets. So you can move them around. Your lock screen will show up with the customizations that you did, and when you will tap on the time, your widgets will show up in the order that you selected. Did you know that you can now also run detailed diagnostics on your Galaxy Z Flip 5, and Samsung gives you this official option to do so. So go in settings, go in battery and device care, and go in diagnostics. Here you can go in phone diagnostics, you can go in app battery usage diagnostics to check for apps that quickly use a battery. So if there are any apps that are draining your battery, they will appear here. App safety diagnostics, if there is an app that is undermining your safety or your privacy, that will appear here. Or you can do phone diagnostics, so you can run full diagnostics on your phone and check all of these features of the phone that include battery, wireless charging, cable charging, and there's a lot here: mic, camera, buttons, flashlight, everything is here. You can check all of these sensors and components that are available in your phone through these diagnostics, which is fantastic. And to just give you an example, let's go ahead and take a look at the battery status. So it tells you battery status is normal, life is good, and capacity is 3700 milliamp hours, so that's fine. Now you not only just have the home screen, you also have widgets on the cover screen or flex window. So just swipe to the left and you get to your widgets. So you can keep quite a few handy widgets here, so like your call records, alarms, timers, stopwatch, voice recorder, your daily activity and steps, like that. And then you can pinch to zoom to view all of these widgets and switch between them very quickly. Now here is something really interesting that I really like about this cover screen. So if I start any activity on one of these widgets, so let's say I start this stopwatch and then I start the voice recording as well. If I pinch to zoom, I can see these active widgets and their activity live in this pinch to zoom screen. Now you can also add or remove these widgets. So open the phone and then go in widgets, and from here you will see the list of widgets available to you. From here you can add or remove these widgets if you want. So like that, you can add or remove these widgets, and you can also reorder them from this screen. From the advanced features, there is another feature that you can turn on. Go in labs, and here you will see cover screen and use main screen navigation on cover screen. So whatever navigation you're using on the main screen, this screen will be the same navigation that you can use on the cover screen as well. So if you turn this feature on and then go in navigation and select the swipe gestures, you will see that now we have this swipe gesture here instead of these buttons. So now you can swipe up to go back to the home screen. The first thing that I want to talk about is actually this wallpaper, or you can also say home screen on the cover screen here. Now you can just long press on it and switch to different kinds of wallpapers, and then you can customize your style like this. Now what's interesting is that you can add or remove these screens and also customize them from scratch. So let's go ahead and take a look at how that works. So if you long press on it and then open the display, it goes into the cover screen home screen editor. Now if you go back from here, you can see that we are in the cover screen option. From here you can do the same thing. You can flip between them, you can manage them, and from manage you can remove any of these screens. So just tap on this button here and it will be gone. You can rearrange them as well and then press done. Now here's where the fun starts. You can add new, and here we have some pre-made designs for us. So we have these feature designs. These come with these motion backgrounds. Then we have gallery, from where you can select any of your own photos, and I'll come back to this in a second. Then we have informative presets, and these are some of my favorite ones. They give you a lot of information. So your time is there, weather, date, and your notifications, battery information is there, and camera shortcut is there as well. So I really like that. And then some of them you can add your photos as well from your gallery. So let's say if I select this one, and then I can go in gallery and I can add any of these photos as background. So if I add this one, and then I can go in colors and I can change the colors of this background as well, and I can select custom colors as well. So press done. So now you have a custom photo and a custom color, and then you can move the slider around to change the intensity of the color as well. Press done and you are good to go. So that's a brand new cover screen for you. So moving on, we have some graphical cover screens, some simple ones with just wallpaper and time, nothing more, and then just simple plain colors and time and date. Now coming back to the gallery option, from here you can add any photo from your gallery as a cover screen background and then edit it further. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now I'm in this album where I have a bunch of wallpapers. So if I select this one, press done, now I've got a bunch of options here. I have the option for time. I can increase or decrease the size of this time. I can change the font, and from here you can then change the location of this time. You can just select the location from here and then increase or decrease the size. Next option is battery. You can add battery information here. You can also customize this app shortcut here, and by default it's select to camera, but you can also change it to flashlight, weather, recent calls, alarm, timer, or just apps. Then we have frames. Now in frames you have graphical options and alphabetical options. So if you start selecting these frames, you will see that it turns your cover screen into these different graphical frame types. That gives it a bit of a cooler style. And then we have alphabets option. So here you can select these alphabets to give it even more dynamic style. And then you can increase or decrease the intensity of these designs from here. You can change their colors as well, which is really cool. Press done, and now we have a brand new cover screen. So if we close the phone, there you go, we have a new cover screen with customized background, this design in the middle, a shortcut, and time. You can also set up cover screen backgrounds for calls. So go in the dialer, go in settings, go in call background, and then go in cover screen. And here you can set up your backgrounds. You can add more from your gallery. You can create AR emojis as well. So you can set up cover screen call backgrounds here as well. So that is fantastic. You can customize different callers with different cover screens. You can now also make Bixby attend calls for you. And you can do that by going into the dialer, then go in settings, and here go in Bixby text call. So once you turn this on, it will answer calls without saying a word. Bixby will ask the caller why they are calling. You will see what they say in the text chat. Then you can type or tap responses that Bixby will read out aloud to the caller. So if you're getting a lot of spam calls that you don't want to attend, you can have Bixby take those calls and then dictate what Bixby tells the caller, which is kind of really awesome. When you go into the dialer app and go in settings, here you will see some more flip options as well. So go in flip options, and here it actually tells you what happens when you flip the phone shut or flip the phone open. When you're getting a call, you can open phone to answer calls. You can turn off speaker when the phone opens, and you can also select close phone to end calls. So you can basically flip open the phone to attend calls and flip it shut to end calls as well, which is kind of a throwback to how flip phones in the past used to work. So you can turn these options on and off from here.